everybody. Welcome to the Dragon Prince panel at WonderCon 2019.
Wow.
Thank you so much for coming. We are very, very, very excited to have our favorite villain family here with us. We have sitting next to me Lord Virus.
Yeah!
I'm just kidding. Lord Viren is like one of my favorite characters. Jason Simpson, hello.
Hello.
Woo. This is your second event with us.
Yes.
How are you feeling? Excited?
I love every face in this room. Thank you for being here.
Do we have any Viren, Soren, or Claudia cosplayers in the audience? We have a Claudia. We have two Claudias. We have two Claudias and we have a Soren.
Awesome.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
I love it.
Wonderful.
Right next to Viren is his daughter, Claudia, Racquel Belmonte.
Hi. Oh my goodness, you're so nice. You're all so nice. Thank you.
She just knows.
I just know. I feel it.
And then next to Claudia, we have her brother, Soren.
Hey guys.
Jesse Inocalla. He's dressed in a full Hawaiian outfit. He's really like pulling a look here.
Show it. Show it, bro. Show it.
Wanted
Get
to
up,
match.
get up,
Oh,
get up,
stand
get up.
Show it off. Wow. Wow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Has anybody ever told you that you have big muscles? You're so buff.
I mean, you guys did in the script, which was great. Thank you for that.
And then next to Jesse, we have co-creator Justin Richmond.
Oh. I think this is. Can you guys hear me? There we go. Hi. Thanks for coming.
All the way on the end, we have Ehasz, co-creator of the show. So we've done a lot of conventions so far, and we've had Jack at a lot of them because he's local to LA. And this is the first time that we've had Soren, Viren, and Claudia out to an event. So we planned some really fun stuff that we are gonna do today. The writers who are in the audience, hey, stand up, writers. Where are you? Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Yeah!
Stand up. We have Lulu Yones, Neil, Ian, Devin. Where's Devin? Devin's parking. And then we also have our art director, Tim Kaminsky here. Tim, stand up.
Yes.
And then we have Noah, is it Scholl? Schnall? Noah's on our game team, so we actually have a game teams member in our audience. Stand up, stand up. I know you're filming us, but stand up. All right, I'll let Aaron set up what we're gonna be doing.
Oh, so the sketches.
Yeah.
Did I give it away or something? I don't know. That's what it is. Can you guys hear me? Is this microphone?
Yes.
Okay. So the writers put together a few ideas for some experiences that maybe Lord Viren and his children, Soren and Claudia, may have had just as a family, not necessarily just family experiences. So maybe with less ado than this, we can start off with, this is imagine a moment where Soren and Claudia are together trying to capture a little bit of themselves for RuneTube. And their dad is maybe getting a little too close to what's happening, and they just kind of want to be left alone. And that's this first little story we're going to share.
Hey everyone, Soren and Claudia here.
Welcome back to our channel, The Shared Brain Cell. We're here with another vlog for all you cellmates out there, so.
Soren, why are there wet socks in the laundry again?
Ugh.
Dad! Can you not?
We're trying to film a video for our RuneTube channel.
RuneTube. Oh, yes, right. I know what that is. I'm quite well versed with the youths. I know a lot of memes.
Dad, they're called memes. Let's start over, Clauds.
Okay. Hey everyone, Soren and Claudia here.
I'm Soren.
And I'm Soren.
Claudia, seriously?
I'm sorry, it's distracting when Dad's standing right next to us.
Oh, I just had an important message for you, my fam. Listen very carefully.
No.
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 Dad!
Stop. Why are you
Witness
doing this?
history. You have been rolled by Rick.
Dad! No. 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 No one does that anymore.
Dad? Stop. Claudia, go again.
Hey everyone, it's Soren and Claudia here with another video.
I'm Soren.
And I'm Claudia.
And I'm Lord Viren, also known as Dark Mage Dad 69420. Fam.
Dad! No! You don't know what those numbers mean.
Yeah, you don't know what those numbers mean.
Well, 69419 was already taken.
Oh.
Dad!
Soren, okay, Soren, let's just do the rest later and film the outro.
Okay. That's it for today's video, cellmates.
Next time, we'll have a special guest interview, Crowmaster.
But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and unlike. Wait.
We'll see
We'll
you
see you
next
next
time.
time.
Bye.
Never gonna give you up.
Dad!
Dad!
No!
Dad,
Stop!
Stop
Never
it!
gonna run around.
It's dead!
Some applause also for the writer Lulu Eunice.
Yeah.
Yeah!
I feel like that's probably like the most relevant thing ever that could just go on all of our socials. It kind of embodies who we are. So now I'm gonna let's talk a little bit. Let's talk.
Let's.
I've asked Jason and Jesse a bunch of questions at our season 2 launch event back in February at Gallery Nucleus. But I'm gonna, because you guys weren't all there, we'll talk some more. And Racquel, I haven't asked anything yet.
Oh my God.
What was it like when you first auditioned for the Dragon Prince, and what was told to you before your audition? What did you know going into this?
Can I go first?
Yeah, of course.
You are Racquel.
So it was an MP3 audition from what I recall. That was the first round. And I remember I had an ex-boyfriend record me, and my reference was Phoebe Buffet from Friends. And I think there was something else too. There was Phoebe and
Dark magic Phoebe is what we said.
Dark magic
Phoebe knew
Phoebe.
how to do dark magic.
you know, I was like, okay, let's see what I can do. Oh, and then I remember my agent asking me a lot, what's your comedy experience? I'm like, you and I have been talking for so long. Like I do sketch comedy, I do improv. I've been doing it for like the past 6 years. So that was a very cool thing that was what was asked of me. So anyways, ex-boyfriend recorded me, and then I ended up getting a call back. And I met you guys, and it was so cool. And then I ended up getting it, and we had that really cool little read through, and it was awesome.
I remember that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was so good.
Here we are.
Paula spilled wine everywhere.
That's right.
Yes, next to me too, and I was like, "Oh, her and I are gonna get along great."
Can you I want to hear what everybody else has to say too, but can you tell us a little bit, because I don't think everybody knows that you and Jesse go way back. So what was it like? You guys didn't know you were both working on the show until you showed up for the first read, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Jesse and I have worked on a few different things together. This would have been our third or fourth project.
I think it was our 4th at the time. Like
Yeah.
the table read came around.
And we saw each other, and we were like, "You're here too."
Yeah, I
It was
remember
wild.
I got to the table read before Rack, and I was just kind of making myself comfortable, and I saw Rack come through the door, and I immediately just like shot up, and our eyes locked, and we just embraced because we were like, oh my God, we're in the same show together. And I was like, oh, who are you? She was like, Claudia, and I'm like, I'm Soren.
We're siblings.
We get
It
to be
happened.
siblings.
It's all full circle
It's
now.
happened. The prophecy.
Yes. So that was nice. That was real nice.
That was great. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
Jason, you didn't only audition for Lord Viren. Who else did you audition for?
I also auditioned for Runan.
Whoa.
Um,
So out of
and being the greedy, selfish actor I am, I immediately was drawn to the action guy. I thought, this guy will be very cool. The other guy's a king's assistant or something. I immediately blocked that, and I thought, I really want this action hero guy. And so my agent called me at some point and said, you booked Viren. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I was super stoked that I booked something. But I was like, I really wanted that action guy. And clearly, Jonathan Holmes is incredible as Runan, but I could not have asked for a better character to play than Viren. He is so complex. He has so many layers. He's so cool.
He had to make sure he let you guys know.
But as an actor, it's almost once in a lifetime kind of role. So I am very happy. What was the original question? Runan. Sorry.
Wait, did you do an accent? Do you remember
For Runan?
Yeah, what was your? Can you do it? Can you?
It's terrible.
Well, but please.
It was just like I think I did a British thing, and then I did a Scottish thing. That's probably why I didn't book that guy. I don't know. What was the line? Was what's a Runan line?
My heart for Zadia.
Yeah.
That's Rayla.
Your heart isn't hard enough to do
know,
whatever it takes.
I think I played Runan. Something like down in here. Yeah. He's a very cool elf, but not cool enough. So
it was much creepier, for sure.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know. You hear Runan and he just melts. You just want to listen to him whisper in your ear.
Oh yeah.
Nonstop.
All the time.
You know about listening to things in your ear.
That's right. Yeah.
You also auditioned for Erebos, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
From what I heard from the writers, you were like
terrible.
No, you were good.
Oh.
They liked you. Maybe Aaron and Justin can speak to that.
As Erebos,
Yeah.
no one else had a chance. We had Eric Toddellums in our mind.
Yeah.
The minute for every word we wrote. Sorry.
Sorry, Jason. I shouldn't have asked.
But your audition blew us away for everything but Runan and Erebos.
I think Jesse also auditioned for Viren.
I did. Yeah, I absolutely did.
Did I know that?
You know what else is awkward?
Joking.
Do you want to do the next awkward thing?
What was awkward? Tell
When
us.
your dad takes you aside because he needs to talk about something, right? I'm trying to transition.
That was a good
awkwardly
transition,
into-
actually.
What do you
Oh
think?
yeah. Let's go ahead.
So
Oh, I see what's happening.
imagine for a moment that Lord Viren has taken his children aside. He has something very important to talk with them about.
Oh, no.
Oh boy. Hello, children.
Hi, Dad. Is everything okay?
Yes, of course. My brilliant daughter, Claudia, and my Soren.
Yo.
There's something we need to talk about. You see, how do I put this? In the springtime, just as the seasons change, other things start to change. For example, think about the birds and the bees.
No, Dad, you don't have to do this.
Yes, I do.
No.
You see, as the birds and the bees mature, there comes a time for
Oh, no. Here it comes.
for young humans, such as yourselves, to crush these birds and bees and use their essence for powerful magic spells.
Oh, Dad, are you really trying to give us the dark magic talk here at WonderCon in front of all these people?
These are my
so
friends.
Embarrassing. These are our friends.
Yes. Listen, as High Mage of Catullus and as your father, I have to be comfortable talking with you about how your powers are going to grow.
Dad, we already know this stuff. Our friends at school talk about dark magic all the time.
Yes, that's exactly why you must hear it from me. I don't want you getting the wrong idea from your idiot friends who have just read about dark magic in seedy tomes in the library.
Well, we took dark magic ed in school. They showed us all the diagrams and stuff, right?
Yeah. The banana and the.
That's
yeah.
even worse. Even worse. Dark magic is a personal, beautiful, completely natural thing between you and your ingredients.
No.
Did you know that you can practice dark magic with a partner, or it's completely okay for you to do a few spells by yourself?
Yeah.
Even I occasionally cast a spell or two by myself.
No.
Stop. Just stop.
We don't need that. No.
What?
Nope.
What? We have to be able to talk about this before you become curious about trying dark magic on your own.
Dad?
Yes.
I kind of already have done some dark magic.
What?
Yeah. Not like big fireballs or anything, just like turning off lights and making spiders fight, and
Unbelievable.
I
Okay.
kinda love it.
I'm gonna go. This is. Bye. I'm comfortable.
At least tell me you used a rune of protection.
Oh no.
The writer was Neil Mukhopadhyay. Thanks, Neil.
Neil wrote it. Yay!
Gross.
I know.
We're all gonna go take a shower.
Racquel, what's it been like witnessing the growth of the Dragon Prince fandom? I know you recently made your Instagram public because so many people were requesting to follow you. What has it been like?
It has been chaos in the best way. I mean, I love attention, but at first it was really overwhelming. And I remember I reached out to you and I think a couple of you. I'm like, what do you do? Do I talk to people? Am I allowed? What can I say?
I talk to you guys all the time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
we know.
It's been great. I'm really happy that I've decided to open my Instagram account because you get to know how I am. You know me as Claudia, and that's great. But it's time to get to know Rack a little bit. And if you like it, you like it. I hope you do. Please like me. But if I mean I am a acquired taste, so thank you for following me. Thank you.
Once you get used to it, it's delicious.
Okay. He's right. But it's so cool, even like, because sometimes I'll when I'm free, I'll click on people and I'm like, whoa, they are dressing up like me or the character I play, and it's so it's very heartwarming. It's very what's the word I'm looking
Heartwarming?
for? Heartwarming. It's very heartwarming to see people really care about what you're doing. So I'm looking at it. Okay, Racquel, I'm looking at it through that lens. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Am I making sense?
Yes, it's
Look, I see
really
myself,
awesome.
It's distracting. Look at that. Why not?
Can I just have the cosplayers in here for the show stand up? Because I see Erebos, I see cheerleader Rayla Erebos. I
Yes.
see, look at Erebos, Callum Soren. Look at all the Raylas
my
in the audience.
Yeah.
Claudia's.
Ezra.
Ezrin! Oh my gosh!
Claudia.
Oh my gosh, Callum all the way in the back.
Incredible.
Claudia.
Wow, you guys
Way
are
in the
so
back.
amazing.
Way back there.
Callum way in the back, I think. Yeah.
We can't
Look
see
at
you,
Ezrin's
Callum.
hair. That's
Ezrin!
amazing.
I know, so accurate. Oh, another Callum right there. Same rose, Ezrin. Awesome. More Claudias. Wow, wow. Oh wait, Amaya with bread. Welcome to
Whoa.
Green
Where?
Bread.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you guys what you think about Erebos and what the fandom around Erebos, because that has been like, I don't think any of us are surprised that fans love Erebos, but I think it has been surprising to see like just how great this and how large this like fandom is who's attached to him because he's hot and has a hot voice
Yeah.
and is an interesting character, of course. But
Yeah. Hang in there.
Chilling is the only thing that I can like.
Yeah.
I'm chilled right now. Erebos.
We never got to record with Eric because he's on the East Coast. So when I saw season 2 and I heard Erebos speak, I was just like, who is this?
Yeah.
This was the only person for this job.
Sorry, Jason.
Jason, so because you guys normally record, you do the records in like a big group setting. So what's it been like recording the stuff that you have alongside Erebos? Do you get to hear his lines, or does he hear your lines?
No. I don't know if he heard my lines. I'm not sure who recorded first.
Mm-hmm.
He refuses to listen to your lines.
Yeah.
Until you've earned his. No, we play him that side usually. Usually we're able to record the main cast in Vancouver, and then we are able to pick up Eric a bit later. He's he's a large human being, so he's hard to move across the country and into a different country.
Yeah.
So we let him stay where he is, and he's so powerful. We let him stay where he is.
Yeah, Erebos' height. Erebos is 6'6", and with horns he's 6'9", but he's 6'6" because Eric Todd Dellums is 6'6".
Yeah.
He's just like a very tall dude.
Wow.
So.
Eric, briefly, does anyone recognize his voice from something else? Does anyone? Yeah, he's Ko the Face Stealer. So Eric, I saw Eric on a show called Homicide: Life on the Streets.
Yeah.
If anyone remembers, where he played an amazing villain, very complicated, very intelligent, captivating, charismatic, and frightening villain, Luther Mahoney. And I was just really always inspired by that. And so when we were doing season 1 of Avatar, and we had this real unusual spirit world villain, Ko, I thought of Eric. And so Eric came in, and he was amazing, and we thought of him again for this, and that's why he's Erebos.
Homicide's one of my favorite series ever, and I've watched through it, I think, probably 3 times. And I mirror that sentiment. No pun intended.
I didn't even catch one.
All done.
I got that.
He was always one of my favorite characters because he was so chilling. He was so calm. He was so just cool, but while being this horrible human as the character. So when they told me that he was playing that, I was beside myself with joy. That was so exciting. So to hear those two come together, it's kind of magical, actually.
Jason, you and Eric have some. Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you have something else in common. You're both in League of Legends.
Yeah.
Because you play Rengar,
Yes.
and Eric plays Nasus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
League of
Cool.
Legends.
So we're basically the coolest dudes ever. So
Well, what's not the coolest ever is the way that Soren and Claudia have been behaving at school.
Oh, yeah. Here,
Yeah.
this one we're going to say ahead of time is written by Devin Gill and Ian Hendry. And I'm going to help out with this one. We're at school, and some stuff has gone down. And sometimes when stuff goes down, the teacher needs to speak with the parent of the young people who have been causing some trouble. And so I'm going to be that teacher. Thank you for coming, Lord Viren.
of course, I understand this is concerning the academic progress of my children.
Unfortunately, it's more to discuss disciplinary action.
Disciplinary. There must be some kind of misunderstanding.
Yeah, a big misunderstanding.
Claudia is an exemplary student. What trouble could she possibly be in?
Hey, wait.
You see, we discovered last week that she's been cheating on her tests.
Okay, see, you say cheating, but I say passing.
Passing awesomely.
Claudia, would you care to explain to your father how you passed your last exam?
Well, I used a creative solution.
Well, that seems reasonable. Don't
Thank
we
you.
encourage young people to be creative?
Yeah.
It was dark magic, and it was cheating.
All I did was squish a bat's eye with the guts of a sunlight maggot,
Ugh. Ah.
which gave me a vision.
See, having a vision isn't cheating.
A vision right over Apelli's shoulder, and I could see all of her answers perfectly.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. No, well, that is cheating, Claudia.
As for Soren, on our most recent field trip to the zoo, Soren picked a fight with a Medusa monkey.
Dad, it had snakes for hair. And one of the snakes looked at me funny.
It did.
Funny how?
Like I was a giant banana and he was going to peel me. It was stressing me out.
Calm down, Soren. Say your calming mantra.
Chimpanzees eat shrimp and cheese. Chimpanzees eat shrimp and cheese. Chimpanzees. Claudia, it's making me think of the monkey.
They're both suspended.
Oh.
I apologize for my children's behavior. However, perhaps another chance is in order.
How so?
Another chance to explore their hearts and minds. Another chance to think hard on their past choices and their future choices. Do they not deserve a chance at redemption?
I don't know.
Perhaps a week of detention. School service. They could pick up trash, clean toilets.
No.
Let's see. How about a third season of The Dragon Prince, perhaps?
Season 3! Season 3! Season 3!
Okay. One more chance.
Woo! Season 3.
Yay. Do we have a slide for this? No. Maybe.
Did you drop your mic on?
My mic fell because I was so excited.
Here's where we're going to reveal the season 3 announcement slide.
Already
Any moment
did.
now. You guys see this
Oh, you guys
coming
don't
because
see
we're
it
even
yet.
talking
Oh,
about
can you
it.
change to the slide?
There we go.
Yay.
Yeah.
We got
I
more!
I have
Coming
to
your
post
way.
It.
The
I have
story gets bigger and better. I don't know. What else?
I have to tweet it.
Exciting-er.
I have to post it. I'm posting.
You're posting? Okay.
I'm posting.
Hey
I
guys,
posted it on
just
Twitter.
really quick. So the guy who actually painted this image is sitting right there. He's amazing, Tim Kaminsky.
The man.
So,
Guys, seriously, though. How do we feel about season 3? Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Whoa!
I just wanted to see if that'd work.
Hey, can I take a picture of everybody like with their? Here, let me. I'm gonna say season 3, and then you guys show me your reaction, and I'll post on the socials. I run the Twitter, by the way, and all the everything. So that's
her.
me.
This is the one
At
you all
the
love.
Dragon Prince.
All right, the Dragon Prince season 3. Yeah. Amazing. All right. Well, we announced at 11:30, so we could move into kind of a lengthy Q&A. We're done here at 11:50, and we can't stick around afterwards. So if you have questions, if you guys want to line up at the microphone right here, we can't. Just as a preface, we can't answer many questions about season 3. Can't give a date or anything. So.
Also, everyone knows there's like a signing or something? Does everyone, if they have
There
more
is a signing,
questions or?
we have a signing.
Okay.
You line up for it. It's in the exhibit hall.
Okay.
And that's from 12:30 to 1:30.
Okay.
So we will be hanging out around there for an hour. Some of the writers might stop by if you guys want to meet the writers. And then we'll be kind of around the convention all day. I know that the voice actors and the writers are going to head to the Artist Alley after the signing. So yeah, you guys will see him around. And thank you so much for coming to the panel again. And this has been great.
Yes, thank you for
Thank
coming.
you,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you
guys
so much.
are the best. You guys are the best. The best. All right. Hi.
Hi. So my question is for the showrunners. And as somebody who's had to deal with things like divorce and parental loss, I was really glad to see that you included those themes in the show, because I feel they're very important even for young kids to see. So I was going to ask, what compelled you to include themes like that?
Specifically that theme, I dealt with divorce growing up. I think we've all had, I've lost a step-parent as well. Some of the family structure stuff, like the relationship between King Harrow and Callum, I borrowed from what was a loving but kind of sometimes slow relationship with my stepfather, and I eventually learned that he felt he needed to kind of keep a distance. But we talked a lot in the beginning that kids and young people and everybody sees a lot of very standard family structures, and there are a lot of kind of typical things that people see over and over and over again, and we wanted to do what we could to represent a lot more complexity, a lot more kinds of family structures for kids and people who are not kids to see themselves reflected and see their experiences reflected in a way that hopefully felt genuine. But yeah, Claudia in particular, I remember where we were sitting talking about it, and we were just talking about, you know, what she and Soren may have gone through with Viren and their mom, and wanting to make sure we talked about that a little in season 2 and gave in, because it's powerful. It has a huge impact on you. It has a huge impact on your motivations, has a huge impact on how you see the world after that, and you can kind of see that in Claudia. So I don't know, I hope that kind of answers the question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
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 I'm actually curious because I'm an art director and an illustrator myself. I was wondering about your 3D modeling imaging. What programs do you use? Like Autodesk Maya, 3ds Max, Blender?
Let me take this one, guys.
Jason, you want to jump in on this? We use a bunch of different stuff. So the artists, many of the artists work at Bardell Entertainment up north, and they're an amazing partner and have done just an absolutely killer job with the show.
I love Corel.
Yeah, they're great. But yeah, we use Maya for modeling and animation. They have used Blender and Mudbox for some stuff, but mainly Maya. And then all the rendering is done through a custom pipeline. And then we have we use Nuke for compositing. Nuke, the compositing tool.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, because I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. People ask that question all the time, and we've never answered it, so that was the first time that we've ever answered
Here's
it.
the truth. I believe that at Bardell, they actually have both Max and Maya, and it kind of just depends on what the show is and what the artist prefers. I don't think there's a hard line between them.
Okay, this is for Soren.
Hi.
Now that Claudia's healed you, so you can now move again.
It was great, yeah.
Yeah. Is
You're
Soren
welcome.
going to continue on with his fantastic poetry?
Oh my gosh, do a poem.
Poetry is art. Say the good words now. Dang, that's only 5 syllables.
That was.
I still
that was
can't count
so
them, apparently.
good.
Thank
that
you.
Was so
I
good.
tried.
Okay, so I just want to say I love the relationship between like Claudia and Soren's siblings on television. It's like they take turns being the dumb sibling, and I think that's hysterical.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So proud.
But what I was gonna ask is, there's this little fan theory that Claudia uses dark magic to dye Soren's hair. So I wanted to know what you thought about that.
I feel like I started that, I think, because someone asked on Tumblr, like, does Soren dye his hair? And I specifically said, well, my personal headcanon is that, like, Claudia dyes it. And then, yeah, I think I was the one that started that. Amazingly.
I would love to believe that. Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised at all we dye each other's hair.
Yeah. The tips.
Yeah.
Hello, fellow humans.
Hello. Hello, human fella.
So I have a question. One of my favorite parts of the show are the illustrations and the end credits, and I like the little jokes and then the extra that it adds, to the story. And I was wondering what the whole process on choosing them and coming up with them is.
Sure. So first of all, we love the end credit images, and part of why they're there for a couple reasons. One reason is to make the end credits worth watching, and there's so many people who make this show what it is, and they don't all get the credit they deserve, and so we want the audience to see their names every episode and see the names of all the actors and all the animators and all the artists and engineers and people who work to bring it to life. So the credits are really important to us, and the audience is really important to us. So we want the show to be full of details and clues and jokes that smart members of the community and people who care and are paying attention are like rewarded for paying attention. In terms of how we make them, they're a combination. So the artists at Bardell come up with ideas and cute things and gags, and the writers, we also we brainstorm like what would be good to put in this one, what would be a couple of things, and then we ultimately have a group discussion about like, well, what are going to be ultimately the 6 images for this episode? And we want there to be a mixture of things that are funny and cute, and also things that are kind of giving maybe even like a spotlight on this is an important prop or something you should have been paying attention to. And then in some cases, clues. Like I think the end of season 3, you can see Corvus following their trail. End of season 1.
Spoiler.
No, I don't know.
This guy.
All right, end of season 5, I don't know. But at the end of season 1, you can see Corvus following their trail. And then if you were paying attention to that, then when he suddenly shows up at the beginning of season 2, it's not as shocking. Like he was asking questions along the way and stuff like that. So we do put a lot of care into them. We think of them as a little bit of maybe a little sweet treat at the end of the episode. I don't know.
An aperitif.
And
like
yeah, we're
you.
glad that fans love them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Wait, so you're saying at the
Yeah.
end of season 2, that one end credit with Gren in the dungeon, who knows, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Who knows? What about that dude with the broccoli?
Free Gren! Free him!
True.
Hi.
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 Hear me okay? Yeah. I wanted to ask what your favorite part about the characters that you play are. Like your favorite part about their personality or their motivations.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah. There's a lot of me in Soren. I like to say that when people ask me this, Soren is like me, but if I was really dumb and really earnest about everything. And I love like how protective he is of his family and how determined and ambitious he is to like, really just make a name for himself,
What I love so much about Claudia is how tied to her family she is, and how these 2 people are the most important people in the entire world to her, and she will do anything. And I'm very close with my family, and I do think there is a lot of Racquel in Claudia. And so the family thing, I'm like, oh yeah, I totally understand that scene with the deer. I get it. Yes.
Totally.
But the family thing for sure, the tie to family. Should I say that a few more times in
You
a few
could.
different ways? No, I'm done.
Familia.
I've said this a lot, but I'll say it again. Viren, in the beginning of season 1, he displays a lot of. He's really doing this for his family and for his kingdom. What he does, everything he does, he's passionate about it. He lives that. Everything I do in my own life, I do for my family, for my kids, for my wife, just so they have a good life and I raise them properly. And I see that in Viren. And as we all know, some of that stuff goes a little astray as we get into season 2 and, the end of season 1. But that's still in him. What I really like about Viren is his drive. He makes a decision and he goes, right?
True.
He's playing chess. He sees these moves ahead and he makes those choices. I'm terrified of things, so I don't make choices very easily. And so I admire that about the character. Here's what I'm going to do, and he does it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
So we've seen human Rayla as a disguise, but now that the show is heading into Zadia, is there any chance we're gonna see an elf Callum?
I think I might have promised this on social media at some point. Like I might have, and I think once you tweet something, you're pretty much committed to it, right?
It's a law then.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good answer, but
Sounds like a yes to me. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, love the show and Avatar: The Last Airbender and Korra. I was wondering, during season 2, there is that Council of the Kingdoms, and one of the small leaders had like 2 moms, and I was wondering if any of the lead characters or any other characters will if there would be more branching out with LGBTQIA like situations and stuff like that.
Let's see. So, I mean, the answer is like, yeah. We're always, we don't want to like have spoilers and we don't want to ever overpromise, but we always have said that this is a representative world and we want it to reflect our real world and a modern world and see all kinds of family structures and all kinds of people, including people with different preferences and orientations. And so, yeah, that should be a part of the story.
For sure. Thank you.
Thanks. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noise.
Nice.
Thank you. So I just wanted to say I love everyone on the cast. So thank you for coming out.
Thank
Love
you.
Thanks for having us.
and
Thank you for having us, WonderCon.
Yes.
And my question is, I believe in the original concept, Soren and Claudia were meant to be like more evil, but as seen in the show, they're antagonists, but they're obviously really funny, and we honestly love them. What decided to make that change from like villains to just antagonists, but with really good intentions?
I think some of it was concepts are concepts, and they're trying to capture like a moment or a feeling of a specific thing that's happening. And we always knew that the show was going to be funny. And so early on, when we would send out the descriptions of stuff, people would we would just send out things like, hey, here's a description of a character. What do you think? What's your take? And a lot of times they would come back with what we got for Soren and Claudia. And then as we got into the actual writing of the episodes and the show and stuff, we're like, oh, these guys are really, really funny. And so also we had different characters, different artists took different cuts or different tries at the character to sort of get to where we were. And so it was always intentional that these guys are going to be funny. I think also when we saw these guys at the table reading together, it became much more obvious about how the humor was going to work with the two of them. And they brought a lot to the table in terms of that stuff. And I think you see that reflected in the show. Like as we wrote season 2, I felt differently about writing about for these two for sure.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Hazel.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
So, hypothetically, if
Oh, boy.
Erebos knew about his own fandom, how would he feel about them?
He would love it, wouldn't he?
I think he'd love
Oh, he'd be
it.
so down.
Yeah. Oh, someone's looking at me? What?
I'm sorry.
Get
Should
all
I
up in the
pose
mirror?
another way?
Oh, what's this?
What's behind me
What's-
now?
What? Oh. Oh.
Erebos.
The time.
I will say this about Erebos. He takes a special interest in humans, and so
I don't like that.
so he would be very pleased that humans appreciate him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, what's up?
Hi, friend.
Hi.
So my question is King Hero the bird?
Whoa.
Sit back down.
Whoa.
Which bird are you talking about?
There's a
The
lot
green
of
and
birds in
black
the show.
one.
I don't know. That's the first time I've heard someone.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that.
Oh, is that the first time you've heard that theory?
Same. Now
is that
that's
a-
all
is
I
that an
can
actual
think
theory?
about.
That's
I'm
all
like,
I-
oh no, I have to
Why?
watch
I
all
mean,
of it.
How could we find out? That's what I want to know.
That's a good point.
How do you find out?
How do you think we could find out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll start
So
the
Lord
sentence for
Viren
you.
probably knows.
More
And maybe Ezrin could ask
what?
Pip at some point. Be like, what's up, Pip? What's going on?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Seasons, Jesse.
Oh, I
You
thought
just
you
say
meant
more
birds.
seasons, that's all.
Oh, more seasons,
More
right?
seasons.
Yeah.
We'll tell you in season 7.
That's right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you for your question, bud. Are you Carol Danvers?
Hi.
Maybe. Kidding. Since you guys are aware of Avatar and since you've worked on it, I have a question for the voice actors and what you think, what type of benders you guys would be.
Ooh.
Iron. Anything metal and no.
So a metal bender.
You would be, yeah.
What kind of benders can I have?
Hearts.
Refresh my memory.
Does anybody want to go through the opening sequence of the show? I think Soren might be like Sokka and just not be able to bend.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Just say
Earth.
There we go. That'll do.
Earth.
Earth is a one.
I will bend Earth. Oh, I'll bend it.
I think Viren's actual answer is whichever he wants.
Blood.
Bloodbender.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
We need to lower the mic a little bit.
You got Goose there? Is that Goose
Is
with
that
you?
Goose?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Aw.
It's a great Captain Marvel.
But he's not really cute.
Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
I have a question for Rachel. What's your favorite character, but it can't be yours?
Yeah, Rachel, who's your favorite?
Excellent question. My favorite character from day one, and I'm talking table read, and it's not because my amazing pal plays him. Soren is my favorite character. I love Soren. Oh boy, I can talk about Soren for hours. How
She
much
actually
time do we
can.
have? Because
Not
I
enough.
will.
No. Next question.
go.
Somebody cut her off.
Thank you so much. Yes, Soren is
That
my
was a great
favorite
question.
character.
Soren is the
Thank you.
Soren's my
Thank
favorite.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Howdy.
Hi.
Howdy.
Howdy. Sorry, I said
You are all beautiful
hi.
people. Okay.
Thank you.
My question was actually more about General Amaya, because it was really cool seeing a character that was deaf and like using sign language. And I'm really curious like what drove you to do that and why you were so meticulous with the signing, because I'm learning a little bit of ASL and I could recognize some of the things she's been doing. So what inspired you?
I mean, I think we talked about this a little bit before, but basically, once we decided that Amaya was deaf and she was going to sign, we had to do it right? So we weren't going to half it and make it, not good. So we spent an enormous amount of time. We hired people to make sure that it was correct, and we were checking to make sure that the signs were correct, and that, like, in animation, oftentimes you'll trim shots and making sure that you're not trimming her off so she's saying something wrong and all things like that. But the idea of her, came about because we wanted a character that was super tough and strong and amazing and a warrior, but also had something different about them. And we decided that she was deaf, and that why would she be awesome on the battlefield? It's like, well, she can focus in. She doesn't hear all the distractions of people fighting around her, and then we wanted to make her a super amazing character. But with the ASL specifically, it was just a lot of work with the animators, checking the translations, all that kind of stuff to make sure it was good.
And we're still learning. We've gotten feedback on, for example, that she wears dark gloves.
Yeah.
And we got feedback that actually someone would know to wear lighter gloves could be easier to see what she's saying.
Oh.
And so that's the kind of thing, for example, that season 3 will change. We want to improve on that because we want her to be more authentic, more true to how someone might actually choose to communicate. So, but we love this character, and it's just a part of her character that we think kind of complements all her other strengths. And so we love when people love her. Thank you.
She's awesome.
Thank you.
My favorite.
We have 2 more questions. We're going to get through them really quick because we only have a few minutes left of the panel. But I do want to say, if you're in cosplay, we can't talk to you right after this. We have to go straight back. But if you're in cosplay, maybe find me after so I can get pictures of you, or find me at the signing. I won't be signing. I'll be over on the side. So please make sure I get pictures of you for our socials. Thank you so much. Okay.
You've made it very easy to find you.
Busted.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, big fan. I've always wondered about the music and just the tone that you have for the show. How did you figure those out? Curious.
Yeah. Our composer, Freddie Weidman, is just a brilliant, epic composer. We, from the beginning, when we met with Freddie, we said, you are one of the storytellers. You're not just writing a score or an accompaniment. We want to have a back and forth with you about when you're getting the scripts, when you're getting the storyboards, where do you see opportunities to tell the story through the music, to enhance it or tell it or whatever. We wanted him to be a real partner in this creative endeavor, and he's just embraced that. And we have talked to Freddie about things we have planned many seasons out, so that he's able to leave musical clues and sonic hints and kind of suggestions very early on that he has paid off, seasons later, and will pay off seasons later. But what it comes down to ultimately is he just has a beautiful, epic, emotional powerful voice, and we try to give him the opportunity to bring the story to life with us.
Go get the soundtracks. They're on Spotify. They're all over the place.
Freddie
They're
Weidman.
amazing. Freddie Weidman.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Good question.
All right, last question from Callum.
It is me, Callum.
This guy.
Hi, Callum.
So I feel like there's always like that one coworker, right? That's like they're not a bad guy, but like just a little bit annoying. Like out of the people that are here, like who is that? And like who's the best too? Because I like making rivalries.
At the table, I'm the best.
I'm the evil Callum.
Yeah, we noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this guy trying to sow division amongst our
Yeah.
family.
Like,
No,
it's,
I'm
look,
ve- I
everyone's
think
being
I'm
quiet
the
because it's obviously me, and everyone's nervous to tell me that I'm the annoying coworker. So let's just accept it. It's me. It's been me all along. I'm sorry, but I'm
Honestly,
not changing my ways. So there you
Yeah. The amount of times that Rack and I will like laugh at a dumb joke in the room.
Yeah.
And just be like, they said that.
Yeah, it's always like, oh god, and then they're
Oh,
like,
they
hey, we have
did
to
it.
do that again. There was noise. We actually Jesse and I are big fans of Les Mis, and
Oh, yeah.
there was at one of our sessions we started singing Les Mis after.
It
Right
was on
after
our
a-
lunch break or something, and then they were coming
Oh.
back, and like by then the whole room had joined in, which was really cool. But
The answer to your question is these two.
Yes, absolutely.
Jason is probably Jason's probably the best.
What I'm getting is everyone seems to be the annoying one. It seems.
Yes. Yeah.
I want
Very
to throw
good
out
question.
one more thought before because I know we're going to have to wrap up momentarily, which is that we're overjoyed to be able to bring you season 3.
Yes.
In particular, because season 3, the plans we have had for season 3 are huge. They are huge. They are huge. So if you loved season 2, season 3 is going to destroy you in good and bad ways. We've said this is a saga, and there is more. And this fan community and your passion and energy is what is creating the momentum to build this saga and tell this story. So please recognize how much power you have and that you are propelling this forward, and keep it going, because we have a big saga here that we want to share with you. And when we say share, we really mean share. We love you. We're really grateful for you. Thank you for being here and being a part of this.